Taurus, hi, thank you for joining me. I'm going to do a reading for May 11th for the week. Highest, greatest good of everybody involved. Taurus, sun, moon, rising. If you're into a Taurus, whatever you want, please take whatever I say and the feelings you get, the signs, the symbols, the pictures, what you hear, whatever, and help it to resonate into your own life. Some of it might resonate, some of it might not. I'm going to do my best to see what we get for the energetic readings for Taurus. But I do this to help us all tune into our own spiritual psychic radio station, to a channel that grooves with us, so we can get better directions and better music and dance a better tune and resonate in the now with more love for everybody's sake. So Taurus, thank you for joining me. This is for the highest, greatest good of everybody. What does Taurus need to know? It's God, Holy Spirit, angels, spirit guides, higher self, whatever you believe, whatever works for you. I want you to know for this week, the highest, greatest good of everybody. This is the Native American Tarot. I'm going to start with this. Bird just flew right across the yard. Did like a dive. Right, a Taurus. Oh, that was like half the deck. One card, and then I'm going to pull from a couple of different decks. I have a few in front of me. Let's see what we do. Let's see what happens, Taurus. Nice, great, good for everybody. Some info for Taurus to know. Card. Taurus. Maiden of Shields. So this would be like an earth sign. So this could be you, Taurus, or this could be a Taurus you're dealing with, or an earth sign like Virgo, Capricorn, somebody with that energy in their charts, or this is the energy that is around you or you need to exude. So it's a stable, protective, grounding, hands in the dirt, hardworking, innocent, healing, genuine, analytical, practical kind of energy. That was a lot of adjectives. Okay, I have the Illuminati, or the Tarot Illuminati here. Let's pull one from this deck for you, Taurus. All right, highest, greatest good of everyone involved. Some wisdom for Taurus to know, to clarify the energy of the Maiden of Shields for this week. How about Taurus? Highest, greatest good of everybody involved. Judgment. All right. I'm going to pull one more card from the Enchanted Tarot. One more card to clarify the energies for this week for Taurus. What is the connection between the Judgment card, this trumpet sounding, and Maiden of Shields for Taurus? There's like a deer behind her. She's like in the woods, and she has this, like, I feel like it's like pottery, but it's also a shield. It's creative, protective, and expressive. You know, like warriors like decorate themselves for battle. And it's beautiful and expressive, and it shows the energy of the themselves, or what they want it to be, how they want to be portrayed. But she is herself holding this expressive energy. Okay, hold on. One more for Taurus. That's what happens when I start to look at cards. All right, one more for Taurus. Highest, greatest good, everybody. Five of Swords. There's like a harsh beauty about this particular card, Taurus. Look at it. Oh, can you see it? It's almost like she's dancing. It's almost like she's learning to control her lightning in her life. She's learning to control this big electricity that has come into her life or his life. And there's a mental connection to this, I want to say almost like physical pain, physical spark even, but it stems from mental swords. So you have 5. So in this one, I go by the energy in the card that I get in this picture. So it's not always the 5 of Swords for you, Taurus, in every deck. I have a lot of decks over there. I totally pulled them all out to see how many I have, and I have way more than I do. So I'm happy to get some use out of all my decks and share them with you guys. So what I see in this one, she's standing on a big, like gray purple rose right down here, and she's wearing almost like I feel like a statue. Like when you're in New York City, you see these people that like stand on the corners and do the like miming, and they dress in weird, like they make themselves almost look like a ghost or look like a statue, like even make their face look gray, or sometimes they look metallic, right? And they'll do their entire skin like silver and wear a silver outfit and then just stand there, and then you give them $1. They let you take their picture. But I mean, they just have so much, there's such a, it looks like it's so easy, but it's probably so hard. There's such a discipline in that. It's like the discipline of being the grounded security guard in a museum. You have to have a really amazing sense of self, right? If that's your job and you're going in here because you can't talk, what do you do? Tell people not to talk, make sure they don't touch the paintings, but you have to be respectable and represent, you know, where you work, and still be security and still be, you know, strong. So where was I going with that, with the security guard? That was such a weird diversion. Maybe that meant something to somebody. Oh, back to the like mime. So when you're, so there's something like when you do Pilates, right? And is different than doing like an exercise class, a spin class, even weightlifting, powerlifting, whatever. When you're even ballet, when you're moving and you're moving your body, that's different than just yoga or having a position and then just holding it. You realize how hard it is to just hold your muscles in a specific position. You're not even doing anything. You're not even doing anything. And you're like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that muscle existed. And this is really hard. It's hard. It looks easy. It looks like nothing, but it's hard. So this is something that maybe you didn't expect. Maybe looked like it would be easy, but it was harder than you expected. But this unexpected change of mental thing that went on with you to control your storm in your life, maybe you had judgment on you, Taurus. Maybe you've been pushing judgment upon somebody else. Maybe you've been pushing judgment upon yourself. There's like a steady growth in innocence. I have low battery here. With this card, with this maiden. So either the maiden is judgmental, the maiden is in you, so the feminine, receptive, wanting, genuine, grounded, nurturing, but, you know, still learning energy of an earth sign, right? See, there's like this deer in the background. There's like a gentleness about the deer, that like doe-eyed, I think of, like, you know, they didn't mean anything wrong. Maybe there was judgment that happened, and this person in your life, or this is you, is very sensitive and went into a situation not expecting judgment and learning how to deal with it, and that caused a lot of like mental anguish. I mean, she's dancing in the anguish, though. She's learning to dance in the storm. This card is like a ballet to me, hard as it is. It's like you going out into the storm on purpose to take pictures of the lightning, and then being so exuberated by it, you start dancing. And maybe that wasn't the safest of experiences for you to have, but it was exhilarating, right? This exhilaration maybe caused judgment. Maybe, I mean, the Five of Swords is something to face, and it's something to let go. So you are the only person that can let your storm go, or tell it to stop, or go inside for shelter, or continue to dance. Maybe you're still learning to dance this, and you need to just be okay with that and release the judgment so much. You know, dance to the trumpet rather than be frightened by it. Let me pull you an oracle card. I have the Lenormand deck here, so let's pull one card for Taurus for the week. Oh, I will tell you, I flipped Taurus. I'm going to tell you this because I like to show you what I have. I'm not going to get into it, but I will tell you, I didn't realize that this was upright on the Native American, and it's the Lovers. So it's a decision. This has a guy playing a flute in the woods. I love like Native American flute music. Maybe that's something you should listen to. It's very, very healing. Or even like the flute in the whale sounds as the birds in the trees are agreeing and laughing at me. She has this shield, look. She has the same shield that this one does. So she's completely covered, by the way, the girl in this. She's got a red dot here for her third eye. She's got this, I feel like it's like a medicine wheel necklace on, even though it's blank. She's got her leather, and she's got this basket or this shield, you know? And then he's just like, she's like all covered like from her tribe or whatever, and walking through the forest and see this like naked guy. Like, oh my, what's that little thing on his package? Why is he playing that weird instrument? Where are his baskets? You know, they look like they're from two different worlds, or just two different opposites of the tribe. They do two totally different jobs, you know. So this is opposites coming together. I mean, he's got his like Uggs on. It's awesome. He's all day. It's like one of those guys that walks around with his underwear and socks, right? And she's like, why would you bother to wear the big Uggs instead of the sexy little moccasins when you're already naked and I can see your ass cheeks? But she likes the music, and there's maybe a decision going on here. This is a decision. You know, the environmental factor was they happened to be walking in the woods together and come across each other. She heard his music and it happened. You know, and or she was told to go out and it was completely set up by the families, you know, and they were like, we're going to tell him to go practice his music in the woods, and we're going to send her about like sunrise. Just get him there to play his music, and, you know, maybe we can make these two work together. You never know how this situation worked, but they've stumbled upon each other, and now there's, do we want to see each other again? Do I want to come back and maybe take off some of my layers of leather here and do some dancing to your flute music? Maybe I'll turn my basket over and make it a drum, and we can start a band and go back, you know? So what decision is being made here? Is it about the Maiden of Shields? Where's this decision coming for you to let go of this mental anguish? Is this someone else, or is this you? Do you need to go through it further to learn, or do you need to step out now? I would say release judgment. And I didn't even pull this for you. One more. I got sidetracked by the Lovers. One more for Taurus. Oh, this is value. This is valuable because you say it is. So see what's valuable to you and give a gift of love to somebody, Taurus. I love you. Thank you for joining me. Bye.